But when you're in hell, that is it. And I literally felt separation from God. I wouldn't wish that on no one. I didn't even believe in him. And I automatically knew. So after that, as soon as I realized God is not here, I just put my hands down. And I was like, I blew it. Like are you? So basically what happened was, I was done with my customer's hair at work. And she was my last client, and she's actually a good friend of mine. So she was my last client. She's actually the girl that I was talking about in the last video about how we was in a restaurant. So we're at the shop, we're leaving, and she had a brownie. So everybody knows me, I'm greedy, and I love chocolate. So I'm like, give me a piece. I want a brownie. Give me a piece. And she's like, oh, you know, it has, it's an edible. It has weed in it. First of all, I never smoked. I had an edible. No, I had an edible once, like years ago. But I got high, but I just like passed out. So I said, all right, just give me a piece. And she gave me a piece that was like it was like this big. And she said, don't eat the whole thing, eat half of it because it's really strong. So I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. So I eat half of it when I was talking to her, and then when she left, I just ate the whole thing because I'm like, oh, it's, you know, it's nothing. It's, you know, it's a little weed brownie, whatever. See, I was a drinker. Me, I can't drink a lot, but I could drink, and you know, I know like if I'm getting drunk, I'll be like, you know what, let me just go sit down, let me go take a nap. So I'm like, all right, if I get high, I was going to my friend's house anyway, so I'm like, if I get high, I'll just go to sleep. So my friend comes and picks me up, and remember, I already had the whole piece of the brownie. So I'm sitting in the car, and from my job to my friend's house is about 20 minutes. So we're in the car, and we're like literally like around the corner from her house. And I'm like, I feel weird. Like my body feels tingly. And I'm like, oh, I'm high. Okay. And my friend's in the car. And now I'm like the biggest conspiracy theorist. So I'm just like talking about like a whole bunch of stuff. And she's like, oh God, here we go, Corey, you're high. So I was just like talking about like just like random stuff like about like with the government and stuff like that. So we go in her house, and this is where it like gets intense. So we go in her house, her mother's there, her brother's there, and it's her. So we're sitting, no, yeah, we're in the kitchen, and I'm sitting in the kitchen, and out of nowhere, I remember bits and pieces of this. She had to like tell me everything, but I think I pretty much remember this part. Now this part, I didn't go to hell yet. So this part, I'm just high, just like going crazy. So all of a sudden I like jump up and I start like cursing everybody out in the room. And then like I started like sticking my middle finger up at her. I love her little brother. He's like 10. And I'm like saying F you and sticking my middle finger up at him and cursing at her and cursing everybody out in the room. They said that I was like getting up and sitting down, getting up. I was opening the door, looking out the window, like looking out the door, then closing the door, then sitting down and then getting back up. Then they said I was like scratching. I was just like going crazy. So then they were saying that I was like yelling, saying I'm possessed. I'm like, I'm possessed, just yelling and saying that. And they were like, Corey, you know, like calm down. You just, you know, you're high. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to calm down. Because, like, I'm like, if I'm drunk, if I sit down, I'm good. You know, you know, like, if you sit down, if you drunk and you sitting up, you're going to be stumbling. You're going to fall. You know, it's going to be ugly. So I said, all right. I said, Corey, calm down. So I'm like, all right, just calm down. Sit down. Gather yourself. I sat down. And as soon as I sat down, because I'm telling y'all, I'm going to put a link in the bottom of this video, okay? Because there's a guy that had the same experience that I had. So I know what I'm saying is real. I'm going to put the link in the description box of another guy that had the same exact experience. He went to hell as well. And he basically said the same, not like the same exact thing, but his experience was like exactly like mine. So I sit down and I'm like, all right, calm down, calm down, calm down. As soon as I sit down, right, I literally sit down. I'm like, all right. And then I just like sat down, and then all of a sudden, now you know how like you'll play, like guys will play video games, and like when a video game ends, like it'll flash like game over, or like you die or whatever, it's game over, right? So I sit down, and then all of a sudden flashes right in front of my face, game over. So like literally I sit down and I calm down, and it says boom, game over. And I'm like what in the hell? Like game over? Like what? Game over? Like what? Game over? Like first of all, my friend, her mother and her brother just standing there looking at me like, what's wrong with this girl? Like literally, I'm sit there and it says game over. Like just imagine words. This man, you guys sitting, like we're talking and you're sitting down, and then all of a sudden words just flash in front of your face like game over in the atmosphere, game over. And then all of a sudden I hear, I'm gonna say, well, yeah, no, it was the devil. I'm telling you, if no one believes in it, he's real. All of a sudden, oh, I'm getting chills when I even think about it. He literally says, oh, I'm getting chills. I'm like literally getting chills. He goes, ha ha ha, fooled you. He literally said, ha ha ha, fooled you. And I'm like, now just imagine your friend is sitting down in a chair and you just looking at her, and they're making faces like, because I'm literally like, like I'm literally sitting there making faces because all this is going on in my head. Like nothing, it's not like I'm not talking with my mouth, and everything is just because it's in the spiritual realm. Like literally, like I realize now that I entered the spiritual realm, and I went into like another dimension, and I went into a dimension of hell, because there is a real hell that's underneath the earth, where like when you die, your soul, either you go to heaven or hell. And I wasn't dead yet. I didn't die, but I was high. And that's why God says you have to have a sober mind. I don't care what nobody says, oh, weed is from the earth. No. Because you're not in control of your mind. So you cannot do anything. You cannot do any type of drug. Weed is a drug. I don't care what nobody says. You can't even get high off of pills. Like, yes, if your doctor subscribe you pills, you can take it, but you cannot be high. If anything's gonna alter your mind, you cannot do it. So literally he goes, fooled you, ha ha ha. And I'm like, fooled me? I'm like, what the F? I'm like, I don't curse really like that. I'm like, what the F? The fuck? Like, what? Fooled me? What? And then all of a sudden, he goes, because remember, I didn't believe in God. This is when I did not believe in nothing. I didn't believe there was a heaven and hell. I didn't believe in anything. So if I don't believe in it, I shouldn't be here. All you atheists out there, y'all could believe whatever y'all want to believe. Y'all can make this imaginary world about, oh, when I die, I'm going to go here. Nah, homie. Guess what? When you die and you open up your eyes, you're going to, well, if you don't, ask God to save you, you're going to wake up in hell. I don't care if you don't believe in it. It's there. Because I did not believe. I'm telling you, I did not believe. You can ask, well, some of you guys know me, some of you don't. Whoever knows me, you can ask anybody that's my friend. And you can even tell by the way I lived on my life, like my lifestyle. Like did this girl believe in heaven and hell? Because the way she's living, like, that's what you think about me. So anyway, I'm like, fooled me. And then the devil goes, you didn't believe in hell. And he goes, you're in hell. And I'm like, oh hell no! I'm like, I'm not in hell. Me, I'm like in my head. Now remember, I'm sitting here at the table talking to myself like in my head. I'm like, no. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, I'm not in hell. I'm like, I ain't kill nobody. I'm like, I didn't murder nobody. I didn't rape anybody. Because that's what you think. People think, oh, when you kill somebody and if you murder someone, you're going to hell. No, homie. Because I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not in hell. I didn't do anything. What did I do? Yeah, guess what? All of a sudden, I'm telling you, all of a sudden, every sin that I've committed started hitting me. Like, literally. It was like fornication, like hitting my chest, hitting me, like boom, boom, boom. Everything that I've done Like, and that's the thing, like I said in my last video, anything in the spiritual realm, if you think it, and like, let's say you like, oh, what's that? Boom, you get the answer. So I'm like, well, I didn't do anything. Oh, you didn't do anything? Here, this is what you did. Boom, boom, boom. Every sin that I've done literally hit me. Now, let's say if you don't believe in anything. Let's say if you don't believe that you don't go to heaven or hell. But let's say what I'm saying is real. And you go to see, on Judgment Day, you're going to see God. And you're going to say, well, no, God, I'm not going to go to hell. And if he says, yes, these are the things that you've done, are you going to argue with him? Like, if you really did it, you know that you did it, and he tells you that these are the things that you did that this is why you deserve hell, are you going to argue with him? Because as soon as that happened, all I could do was, okay, all right. I literally was like, I did those things. Okay. Like, literally. And then all of a sudden, you guys think that we have feelings on earth? Like, we can feel, like, like you feel sad. Like, I feel sad. Or if someone slaps you, you feel pain. Like, oh, my arm hurts. In the spiritual realm, like, even if you go to heaven, like, when you feel joy, it's like you literally, like, you feel joy. It's throughout your whole being. When I literally found out, like, hell, like, in that moment, I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm screwed. I'm in hell. And literally, my whole being, not only, like, I literally felt like remorse, sorrow, sadness, but I didn't feel it. I didn't only feel it. I literally became sad and sorrow and anguish and sorry and like it was ridiculous. Like, imagine, like, my name is Corey and I woke up on you like, oh, that's Corey. Corey's coming towards me. Just imagine if you can point out the word sad. Just imagine if sadness can walk up to you. That's literally what I was. And then, remember, I don't believe in God, and I don't believe in God, I don't believe in anything. But as soon as that happened, I feel sad and everything. And then I'm like, I literally was like, I immediately felt separation from God. I didn't even believe in this person, this thing, this, whatever you guys want to call it. I didn't even believe in it. And I'm like, I can't even call on him. I don't even believe in him, but I can't even call at him. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, he's not here. Like, there is no way of me calling God. There is no way of me getting out of here. Like, at least, like, when we're on earth, you cannot believe if you want to. But if you get into anything, if you start getting sick, or if you have a family member that's sick, even if you don't believe, you still have a chance. You still have an option. You can even call someone like, hey, can you pray? You can even call out to God, and he'll answer, or he might not, but he might answer, or he might answer someone else's prayers. When you're in hell, that is it. He's not visiting you. He's not calling out to you. He's not asking you to repent. He's not sending your friend to talk to you about him. Because I'm like, and a lot of people out there that aren't saved, and sometimes your friends or a stranger might come up to you and start talking about God. That's because God told them to come and talk to you, because you're not saved. And God wants everybody to go to heaven. So if you are having someone to come up to you to talk to you, listen. I'm telling you, listen. Because when I tell you, then I'm going to start crying. When I literally felt that that God is not going to be there, I didn't even believe, but I knew that I couldn't even call out to him. I'm like, nah, like, that's it. He's not coming. He cannot save you on earth. Like, this is your time where you can call on him. This is your time where, like, even if you're partying and you want to live your life and you're doing whatever y'all want to do, you can do it, but you can always say, you know what? I know there's more. and you can call out to him, and you can cry. No, you can cry out to him, and you can tell him, Lord, I give my life over to you, and he will come. But when you're in hell, that is it. And I literally felt separation from God. I wouldn't wish that on no one. I didn't even believe in him. And I automatically knew. So after that, as soon as I realized God is not here, I just put my hands down. And I was like, I blew it. Like are you, like, you're retarded. You grew up in the church, you retard. Like, you're an idiot. So I literally just went like this. And then I look up. And remember, my friend is in the room with her mother and her brother. And I look up. And I look at my, at the moment, I thought my friend's mother looked demonic. But God told me, because after I got saved and a few months later, because I started thinking about it, he told me that she wasn't demonic. That's how we look in the spiritual realm. Like, you guys think that Beyonce is beautiful. You might think that, who else? Let's say Halle Berry's beautiful. It's all an illusion. I'm telling you. Your reality is not reality. The spiritual realm is actually more real than the physical. This is all an illusion. Okay? I'm telling you, when I looked up at my friend's mother, I'm not saying she's ugly, but and when I looked at her, she looked we looked disgusting because of our sin. Her face was like droopy, like just imagine someone like pouring wax on you, and like your face is droopy, like droopy. It looked crazy. So I look up at her, I'm like, what? I'm like, what in the hell? And then all of a sudden she goes, it finally hit you. Oh, she said, it finally hit you. And then she looked at her son, and then she goes, ha ha ha. And then when she said that, she's like, it basically sealed the deal. Like, ha, it finally hit you. Ha ha ha. Like, you're in hell. And when she said that, I was like, and then I put my head down. And then I looked back up, and then she said, it finally hit you. And then she looked back at her, and she said, ha ha ha. And then I put my head down again. And then I look up, and then she said it again. And then I put my head, and she said it again. I'm like, this is eternity. Remember, I didn't know any of this. I didn't know about eternity. I didn't even know, like, when you go to hell, it's eternity. I didn't know that you, the presence of God is not there. When I tell you, literally, when I tell you I was in mental torment, it went over and over and over and over and over. When I say over, my friend said that she left me in the living room, in the kitchen. She said I was out there for hours. She said she left me out there, and they all went in their room and locked the doors because they said I was going crazy. When I tell you, I literally was just like, it was like, just imagine going like this for hours, like literally, because I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. It was a loop. Literally, it was like, It was like, finally hit you, ha ha ha. Finally hit you, ha ha ha. And I literally was like, I can't do this. I can't do forever. I cannot. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, I don't know what I'm like, I gotta get out of this. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And thank you, God, I got out of it. And, hours later, literally hours later, I got out of it. And it was hours later. And then all of a sudden, like, I hear the TV, because the TV, I guess they let the TV on when they left me. And all I hear is, how, like, the fuzz, like, when, like, there's nothing on the TV, it's just, like, fuzz. Like, that just woke me up. And then I went to go lay down. And the next day, I called my friend, and I said, I don't know what the F that the boy put in the damn weed, the brownie. I think he put some K2 or whatever I don't know what the hell he put in there, but I was like, I went to hell last night. And she was like, Corey, shut the hell up. No, you didn't. I'm like, nah, I went to hell last night. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the F. this is when I'm cursed. I would curse crazy back then. I don't know if your friend put in a damn thing. I said, he can't sell that on the street. I'm like, because he gonna kill somebody. I'm like, I don't know what he put in there. I'm like, I went to hell last night. I'm like, thank God I went to my friend's house, because I'm like, you would not see me no more. I would be in a psych ward because I was going crazy. Yo, guys, could you imagine if I was by myself, one, or two, like out in the street or at a party or something? They would put me in a crazy house. I'm like, yo, dude, I said, tell that boy don't sell that on the street, because I don't know. I'm like, I think he put K2 or something in there, because I went to hell. My friend was like, Corey, shut up. No, you didn't. You didn't go to hell. She goes, you know, you were just hallucinating. That's what happens when you smoke weed. It's an edible, stronger than smoking. So, you know, you were just bugging out. So when she said that, I'm like, all right, I guess you're telling the truth, because, you know, they said that, you know, they say, I've heard people say that, you know, when they did edibles, you know, that they'll freak out. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Months later, when I was going through all the other stuff, which I explained in the first video, when I was going through all that other stuff with like the demons and all of that, I had seen a demon in a little girl. Like, the girl was probably like 4 or 5, and I seen that she had a demon in her. And I'm like, nah, I ain't never heard of no kid having no demon. So I was like, let me look this up, because that bothered me, because I'm like, she's 4 or 5 years, why the hell would she have a demon? So I'm on YouTube, and I'm looking up, like, if anybody had any experience with like kids, like seeing kids, like demons and kids. And then all of a sudden, you know how like on YouTube you have like little like other suggested videos. So I look up, I see on the side it says people like saying that they went to hell. So I'm like, you know, I'm weird. Like, first of all, I like scary movies, so I'm like, okay, let me see. What, you went to hell? Let me see what you're talking about. So I'm playing the videos, and I'm like, okay. Now there's one girl. She tells her story, and I'm like, hold up. That happened to me a couple of months ago. Nah. I'm like, that wasn't fake. That was real. Then I watched another guy. The guy that I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put both of the links in the description box. And the other guy, I'm like, what? I'm like, first of all, I'm an idiot because I should have got saved after that experience, because the 2 people I'm gonna put in the description box, they actually got saved. They literally gave themselves over to Christ. My ass is like, all right, that wasn't real. Let me go live my life, drinking and having sex and doing everything else I'm not supposed to do. You would think that I would have woke up. I ain't wake up. But thank God he gave me another chance. But I'm telling you guys, this is for people that don't believe. This video is even for people that do believe, because there are even Christians that don't even believe there's a hell. You know.